Welcome back to Wheel Reverend, where we dissect the machines that move us. And today, we've got something massive, not just in size, but in attitude. Meet the 2025 Kawasaki Vulcan 200. It's bold, brawny, and unapologetically muscular, a heavyweight cruiser that doesn't just ride, it roars into the scene with purpose. This is Kawasaki's most powerful and advanced cruiser yet, aimed at riders who demand more from every twist of the throttle. The Vulcan 200 is designed to merge old-school cruiser soul with cutting-edge technology, and it's clear from the moment you see it this isn't just another big bike. It's a flagship, a thunderous statement that Kawasaki has skin in the heavyweight cruiser game, and they're here to win some hearts. Let's start with the beating heart of the Vulcan 200 at the engine. It's a massive 2,053cc V-twin, fuel-injected, 4-stroke beast. This new power plant marks a huge leap over the Vulcan 1700 series. With a longer stroke and a slightly larger bore, it delivers a broader power band and a deeper, more resonant torque curve. The result: about 112 horsepower and a stump pulling 130 pounds-feet of torque, delivered low in the rev range, right where cruiser riders want it. And it's not just about raw numbers. Kawasaki has worked on refining the character of this engine. You get that low RPM thump, that visceral connection to the road, but without the vibrations that usually come with a big twin. Thanks to a dual counterbalancer system and new engine mounting points, the ride is smoother than you'd expect from a bike this powerful. Throttle response is silky, especially in the mid-range. Whether you're overtaking on the highway or rolling through a canyon, it delivers with grace. The ride-by-wire system is responsive without being twitchy, offering real control in all conditions. There's also an updated ECU with adaptive fuel mapping that adjusts performance based on altitude, temperature, and load. Kawasaki hasn't just upped the power, they've reimagined how that power meets the pavement. The Vulcan 200 uses a newly developed 6-speed transmission with revised gear ratios for smoother cruising and snappier acceleration. And they've gone with a belt final drive, quieter, cleaner, and lower maintenance than a chain, while still capable of handling that torque. The chassis is a reinforced double cradle steel frame, tuned for both stability and comfort. At nearly 850 pounds, the Vulcan isn't a small machine, but thanks to clever weight distribution and a low center of gravity, it never feels overwhelming once you're in motion. That weight works for the rider on long hauls, soaking up highway imperfections and giving the Vulcan a planted, rock-solid feel at high speeds. Suspension is handled by a 49mm front fork with 5.5 inches of travel, and dual rear shocks with adjustable preload and damping. Whether you're solo or loaded up with gear and a passenger, the Vulcan adapts well. It's plush over rough pavement but doesn't wallow in corners, a tough balance that Kawasaki nails here. Now, let's talk design, because this bike is more than just an engine and two wheels. The Vulcan 200 carries a refined, muscular aesthetic that leans into its size rather than hiding it. Everything about the bike screams presence, from the stretched teardrop tank to the wide, drag-style handlebars. Every line is designed to highlight the bike's long, low stance. The front is dominated by a bold LED headlight around housing modernized with angular inserts and integrated DRLs. It blends old-school cruiser charm with new-school lighting tech. Out back, a minimalist rear fender hugs the 200mm rear tire, which adds not just visual weight, but real grip when laying down all that torque. Kawasaki offers the Vulcan 200 in 3 primary colors: obsidian black, burnished bronze, and titanium green, all with deep metallic finishes and hand-applied pinstriping on the special edition. You also get blacked-out engine components, forks, and exhaust, giving it a stealthy, aggressive look right out of the box. Climb aboard, and you're greeted by a rider-focused cockpit. The seat sits just 27.3 inches off the ground, making it accessible even for shorter riders. The wide, deeply padded saddle is built for long days in the saddle. And with rubber-mounted floorboards and Kawasaki's new vibration reduction system built into the seat pan, fatigue is significantly reduced, even after hours on the highway. The instrument cluster combines analog and digital elements. A large, centrally mounted analog speedometer is flanked by a high-contrast LCD display showing gear position, fuel range, tire pressure, and even ride mode. Yes, this cruiser has modes. The Vulcan 200 features 3 riding modes: Sport, Standard, and Rain. Sport sharpens throttle response and firms up the traction control, giving you more aggressive acceleration. Standard offers a relaxed, all-purpose tune, and Rain mode softens everything for slippery conditions. These modes interact with Kawasaki's KTRC traction control and the new IMU-assisted ABS system for enhanced cornering safety. Cruise control comes standard, and it's the refined Type A activated via a dedicated switch, easy to operate even with gloves. A USB-C port sits under the tank for device charging, and the optional Kawasaki Ride app syncs with your phone for route tracking, bike diagnostics, and service reminders. Want to turn this brute into a true touring machine? Kawasaki offers a factory touring package that adds quick-release hard panniers, a tall windshield, and heated grips. The bags are color-matched and lockable, with 33 liters of storage each, enough for a full-face helmet or a weekend's worth of gear. The windscreen is wind tunnel tested and does a great job of cutting fatigue at highway speeds without disrupting the Vulcan's aesthetics. Braking is handled by dual 310mm front discs with 4-piston calipers, and a 270mm rear disc. The feel at the lever is firm and predictable, and no squishiness, no lag. The braking system includes cornering ABS, thanks to a Bosch IMU, which adjusts braking force dynamically based on lean angle. For a bike this heavy, confidence in the braking department is non-negotiable, and Kawasaki delivers. The wheels are 16-inch cast aluminum with Dunlop D428 tires developed specifically for this bike. The grip is excellent in both dry and wet conditions, and tread life is impressive and necessity when dealing with this much torque. So how does it actually ride? In a word decomposed, the Vulcan 200 is a cruiser, yes, but it's one that invites spirited riding. In corners, the wide bars and solid mid-range let you carry speed with confidence. The bike leans naturally, and the floorboards give ample warning before scraping. On the highway, it devours miles effortlessly, with the engine ticking over lazily at 70 miles per hour in 6th gear. There's a way to the way it moves, a deliberate, but not sluggish. It feels purposeful, like it knows exactly what it's meant to be. It's not trying to be a sport bike in disguise, nor is it a soft bagger. It lives in that rare sweet spot where raw power, long-haul comfort, and unmistakable style intersect. Now let's talk price. The 2025 Kawasaki Vulcan 200 starts at $18,799, a solid entry point for a heavyweight cruiser with this level of tech, design, and performance. The special edition model, with premium paint, touring add-ons, and heated grips, comes in at $21,299. And for what you're getting, a high-performance V-twin, modern tech, comfort-focused ergonomics, and genuine long-distance capability. It's a competitive offering against bikes like the Harley-Davidson Road King Special or the Indian Chief Dark Horse. The 2025 Kawasaki Vulcan 200 isn't trying to please everyone. It's not a beginner's cruiser. It's not an all-out performance machine. It's something rarer, a bike that knows its purpose, and delivers it with honesty, power, and polish. If you're a rider who values big torque, long-haul comfort, modern tech, and distinctive style, this is a motorcycle that deserves a spot on your short list. It's more than just Kawasaki's biggest cruiser yet. It's one of their boldest. And in a segment crowded with tradition, the Vulcan 200 stands tall, rides hard, and proves that sometimes, bigger is better. Thanks for joining us here on Wheel Reverend. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more reviews, breakdowns, and road-tested insights. Got questions about the Vulcan 200? Drop them in the comments, and we'll dive deeper. Until next time, keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the bars, and your wheels revving.